What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is EVE Online, or rather, the EVE Online website. And I just wanted to go through the patch notes for January with you. They came out 12 hours ago. I was at work, so I couldn't do this earlier. Maybe a little too big. There we go. That looks better. So let's get through it. So, like I said, this is the 9th of January 2018. They released what looks like a pretty decent amount of patched information. I was watching a stream earlier today, and it looks like they may have some issues um, with the warp animation and have that crashing. Hopefully, they've got that fixed since I was watching this morning, but something to look out for. So that won't be mentioned here, but let's just get right into it. So features and changes. The volatile skins can no longer be traded on the market or via contracts. Mission and NPCs. Forward operating bases can now be discovered inside of the agency. They are categorized as pirate strongholds. Their visibility in the agency will change over time, and the time at which the FOB was first anchored will affect the jump distance visibility in the agency. That's interesting. NPC bracket colors have been reworked. The color of the NPC bracket will now reveal the hostility intent of the NPC. Blue indicates a friendly NPC, either by nature or due to your standings with their faction. The blue NPCs may assist or aid you in combat. Note the automatic response force from the Empire or faction police against low security status players will still appear to be blue even when they are spawned as aggressive to the player. This will be resolved in a later patch. White indicates a neutral NPC. These NPCs will ignore you, but may retaliate if attacked. Note, the automatic response force from faction Navy against an enemy militia target will now appear white instead of the previous blue friendly color. In a later patch, they will appear red or white or blue, depending on the factional warfare status of the player. Red indicates a hostile NPC. These NPCs are aggressive towards you and will in most circumstances attack you on sight. The warning message for attacking a peaceful entity will now appear only if the NPC is not aggressive towards you. Excuse me. Science and industry. Modified the job output limits for various industry jobs. Reduced the limit for copy jobs to 500 job runs, not changing anything for runs per copy. Removed the, or not really enforced, limit for production jobs, which was at 10,000 runs. Structures and deployables. In preparation for the upcoming changes to Upwell structure vulnerability, still scheduled for Q1 2018, we are adding the ability to preset the preferred hour and day for your structures to finish their reinforcement when attacked in the new system. While this setting will do nothing in this patch, it is important that all structure owners begin selecting reinforcement times so your structures can transition smoothly to the new system when it releases. Presetting or changing a structure up reinforcement time may be done as often as desired with no cooldown until the deployment of the Upwell 2.0 release later in Q1 2018. This setting can be found in the right-click menu of a structure in the Structure browser and is available to Corp members with the Station Manager role. Next up is the user interface. You will now have more information in the notifications when finishing a challenge in an event. You can now pin challenges to the info panel from the agency window. You now have new improved progress bar for, a progress bar for events in the agency window. The stack size of a reward will be shown now in an event's progress bar. Added a chat bubble button for one-click chat into chat channel member lists, people and places, and Corp window member and standing tabs. This button only appears on hover if you are using the compact chat channel member list. The color wheel in the map has been replaced by a more intuitive cogwheel. Removed the Agent Finder. Functionality will be handled by the agency. Oh, that's interesting. Remove the following tabs from the journal. Expeditions, move to the agency. Contracts, functionality moved to the contracts window. Planetary launches, move to the planetary colonies window. Epic Journal, all content for Epic Arcs has moved to the expanded cards in the agency. Incursions, everything except the loyalty point log will be handled by the agency. When jumping to a jump clone would cause the deletion of an existing clone in the pilot's current station, the pilot is now given a detailed list of that clone's implants to avoid them accidentally being lost. That's good as well. Added a character limit counter to the edit window for the welcome mail for corporations, and it is now possible to directly create bookmark tokens from corporation bookmarks without having to first copy the corporation bookmark to a personal bookmark. To create bookmark tokens for corporation bookmarks. Okay. Sounds like they're adding quite a bit to the agency here. So that's the next category. Rogue Swarm Alert has ended and the Rogue Swarm sites will no longer be distributed. Added factional warfare, added incursions, expeditions, added pirate strongholds, updated the Epic Arc expanded card to include a quest line, added an option on hover or right click of basic cards in the suggested filter to allow you to move directly to that filter, reduced the loading times of filters, removed the distance filter unless you specify the content you are after, updated expanded card background videos for gas sites, relic sites, incursions, Garista's Epic Arc, distribution agents, events, and factional warfare. Added chat channel links in expanded cards for respective channels. Alright, so there are some defect fixes. Gameplay. In a tutorial, updated texts and UI highlights involving mini skill injector. The code for loading and unloading of ammunition and charges has been rewritten in an effort to fix several long-standing bugs, like the dreaded lost charges when jumping while a reload was ongoing. These code changes are mostly invisible to users, but a few player-facing changes were also made as part of this rework. I apologize for the sound. The dogs have been cooped up today, and they're feeling their oats. So on that list of code changes that are likely invisible, it's no longer possible to group or ungroup weapons while the weapons are reloading. Cloaking, docking, and jumping after reloading will no longer interfere with reloading, but a cloaked ship can still not start a reload. After the inventory operations have completed, the reloading will no longer be interrupted by anything, but other things can be blocked until the timer has finished. All inventory operations connected to a reload command are now done at the beginning of the reloading, and the reload timer is behaving like a reactivation timer on the module. Several other minor bugs and inconsistencies around loading and unloading ammunition have been fixed. Fixed a bug which could lead to loss of ammunition when grouping the weapons of an upwell structure. Several fixes have been made to ensure that the feature of setting the home station remotely, which has a cooldown timer of 1 year, is properly supported for upwell structures. When modifying an existing buy order at an upwell structure, the additional ISK payment covering the increased tax was being paid to the SCC instead of the structure owner. It will now go to the structure owner's wallet as intended. Fixed an issue where upwell structure services would sometimes not complete online correctly. Services should now be correctly enabled or disabled according to the service module state. It's now possible to delete structure profiles which were assigned to a destroyed structure as long as no active structure has it assigned. Fixed an issue where a ship could still explode if the self-destruct was canceled very close to the end of the timer. Switching your medical clone from a structure to your school station now correctly charges the 100,000 ISK fee. Stasis webifiers no longer work on moon mining chunks as webbing them was causing a visual bug. Upwell anchoring restrictions now correctly apply to factional warfare infrastructure hubs. Pilots will no longer be able to anchor an upwell structure within 1,000 kilometers of a faction warfare iHub. And next up is graphics. Fixed an issue causing asteroids, not steroids, to glow when re-entering an active Resource Wars site. A small bug fix has been applied to the character portrait system. Fixed incorrect highlighting when sculpting characters after returning from portrait screen. Fixed the animation on bomb launchers so you can now properly see the bomb eject and reload. Adjusted flare location around the energy neutralizer burst. Updated the icons for active sinosaural beacons. Character avatars and character creation will now move more smoothly. Fixed an issue whereby one of the grouped turrets would keep playing the firing effect after the target was destroyed when having several targets. Resculpting or recustomizing your character will now be reflected instantly in the character sheet and character preview window. Fixed an issue where bombs do not always appear to fly straight. Removed unnecessary particle effects from small hybrid rail turrets. Adjusted size of the planet icons on the info window. The Republic fleet has repainted all their factional warfare outposts with the Minmatar Republic logo and colors. Adjusted the size of the icons in the show info window of planets. Removed black marks from the glass tube of some Amar stations. Fixed cockpit material on the Prospect. Removed particle effects from small hybrid rail turrets. Fixed an issue where users could experience lag after warping into an asteroid field or similar environment. I would guess that that's what caused or introduced the bugs that people have been experiencing. Alright, technical issues. Fixed an issue where repeated button clicks on the bloodline screen and character creation would cause a client crash. Well, that's interesting. Various changes have been made to make New Eden a better place. That's vague. User interface. I thought we already had a user interface up here. Didn't we? I guess this is fixes. Alright. A completed challenge won't show as expired in the info panel anymore. The black box shown on reward awarded in the agency won't display anymore. Fixed rounding of standings in gate restriction error messages for resource wars. Fixed submission text formatting. Fixed various minor text and formatting issues in the tutorial. Fixed an issue where long alliance names could hang over the edge of the show info window. Fixed an issue where icons in the show info could hang out the window boundary. Fixed an issue where the inventory icon being used for cargo containers in space was not the same as the icon displayed in space and on the overview. The warning you get when your jump clone will result in the loss of a clone with implants has been improved and will now list the implants in the clone. Overview. When using text search to filter types in the Overview tab presets, pressing select or deselect all will now only act upon the filtered items and nothing that's not visible. To reduce notification spam, you will no longer receive a notification when a bounty is claimed, which you placed more than 6 months ago. The ship HUD now correctly shows heat buildup after ejecting from and reboarding a ship. A fix has been made for a bug which caused the Warp 2 option to be missing from upwell structures in some cases after a session change, and other options like dock did not work properly. Updated the Market Access List tooltip to be more consistent with the other Access List tooltips in format and detail. Separate inventory windows for corp hangar divisions and upwell structures persist now properly and open again at docking. Corporation hangars no longer collapse upon undocking and docking at a citadel. The subsystem hold now correctly listed in the show info window of Tech 3 cruisers. That didn't seem like a complete sentence, but okay. Fixed an issue that would cause the UI to fail when creating an item exchange contract containing a plastic wrap. Simulating a ship that has more command burst modules than its default allowance by using command processor rigs will now correctly have all command bursts online. Fitting simulation. When onlining a cloak module causing an active resistance module to offline, the ship's resistances are now updated accordingly. Fitting simulation. Resizing the left panel of the fitting window no longer clears any active filters in the hardware tab. Mining ledger. Improved the selection on which data is displayed when hovering over data points in the ore type per day graph. Mining ledger. The bars in the bar chart are no longer overlapping each other when displaying many different ore types combined with a minimum window size. Slightly improved the wording of the report bug message. The right-click menu entry on reaction formulas for starting a job has been renamed from Use Blueprint to Use Formula. And let's see, just a few more. Fixed an issue where the manufacturing jobs tooltip in the industry wouldn't update correctly when jobs are installed. Crime Watch tooltip fade is no longer slowed by time dilation. Fixed an issue where the radial menu for a structure autopilot destination showed inconsistent options when compared to a structure. Fixed an issue which caused the ship HUD to fail to display after being ejected from an upwell structure due to structure explosion while being in control of the structure. The release control button in a structure's HUD now has a tooltip. And lastly, dragging a structure name into chat from the structure browser no longer results in the system name being shown twice. All right, so that's the patch notes for January 9th of 2018. Not super long. It sounds like they're really beefing out the agency and fixing a lot of bugs associated with that, and they're pending or upcoming changes to the upwell structure changes that they're going to make. So things to look forward to. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments section of this video. If I don't know the answer, I will be more than happy to admit that and or go search for it with you. So, yeah, we can learn together. All right. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check me out over on Twitch at Vinsis Gaming. Or no, on Twitch I am at Vinsis. I am at Vinsis Gaming here on YouTube, and would love to interact with you and see you both places. So I'll look for you there. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.